Hello, and welcome to Magic Myths and Mayhem, a TTRPG podcast with mostly accurate rules and inconsistent character voices. I'm Alex, your host and GM, and with me are Rowan, Purdy, and Joe, three of my four wonderful players. How are you doing? Having had no technical issues, no problems, the smoothest of starts, also I'm slightly ill.
It's all been perfect and sane, but then I always am.
Here's the thing.
Yes? Oh yes, Rivals. I mean, this joke won't make much sense because this is going to go out way after that was released.
Yep.
And I have no fucking clue what you're on about.
I'm just doing the thing where we date the podcast.
The thing is...
Oh, has the thing been
Yeah.
added?
Yeah.
Yes, Benjamin Grimm
Right.
of the Fantastic Four. One of the few Jewish superheroes in Marvel.
I didn't know you were Jewish.
Yeah.
Shows how much attention I pay.
So, we don't have my dad again this week. And last week he was doing his cyber training, I think it was.
It was cyber invention training, I think.
Cyber
you'll
inventions
find.
training. Yes,
Yeah.
apologies.
How dare you get it
Um,
wrong?
But there's only one person we can ask this week as to where his continued endeavours have gone. And that'll be Purdy. Where is my dad this week?
So, after failing at the cyber invention
Oh no.
training, he decided to just fuck off to another world and pick fruit.
Another world?
Another world.
Just decided to fuck off to another world and pick
Yeah,
fruit.
so
Y'all heard of the game Fruit Bus? That's
So,
your
what
dad.
happened was, like, he was trying to create a cyber invention, completely fucked it up, and somehow ended up in a different world and went, fuck it, I'm gonna go pick some fruit.
Oh, so he didn't decide to leave, he just happened to be somewhere
Right.
else.
Is this the concept of an anime?
I was going to say, this is a new anime. I failed my
Yeah.
cyber inventions course and now I pick fruit in another world.
Yeah.
I failed my cyber inventions course and it accidentally sent me to another world, so now I just pick fruit.
Well, no. After he failed, he was really upset and he walked outside and got hit by a truck promptly, as they all
Truck-
start that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Truck-kun doesn't like your dad.
Truck-kun, yeah. Truck-kun hates anybody, and
There we go.
So he's got the
keeping up to date with that.
S-tier fruit picking skill, which he's going to use to defeat the Demon King, right?
he's got the fruit picking.
Well, to be fair, we'll find out next
fruit
week.
in
We'll
One
find out
Piece.
next week.
I thought you said next week.
On next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's why we'll find out next week.
Oh, because I'll get the telegram to say what he's doing.
Telegram?
Yep.
From a different world.
Yeah. Well, it's your dad's only way of communication, with his age and everything. It's all he ever knew.
Yeah, okay.
It feels meaner when he's not here.
I was I've mentioned this maybe just once. I'm listening back to C2. He makes an age joke about himself, which none of us catch, and it just gets lost in the wind. And it was such a sad little moment. It was such a sad little moment.
That's so
Oh
funny.
no!
It was so sad. Anyway, let's get straight into the recap.
Initializing recap. Creating bullet points. Simulating voices. Voice accuracy 90%. Good enough. Generating fake conversation.
You left the cave, where the Offician dragon had just unfortunately passed away, and went back across the city to talk to W and get the money from the job, which was all perfectly fine.
We spent only a minute divvying up money and doing
Yep,
maths.
you spent a fraction of a second divvying up some money, and then, in some order or another, Pesto eventually made a key to fix, or to be able to wind up the small wooden figure they purchased from the oddity shop the week prior, I believe it was. Or the week before that. The figure danced around a little bit and then opened up to reveal it had a map inside that had an X on it. You had a little conversation about what you should do next and decided to follow the map to the X, hoping for treasure, because that's what maps with X's lead to, and find a bounty on the way back. The navigator, that'll be Niffy, worked out that the trip would take 12 days, and not much happened on the journey except for you made some magical ammo. A water weird came out of the water and said hi, and then left with no harm done. Another ship went past, which happened to have the same map with an X, and you pointed them in the wrong direction. Niffy ran out of herbs and lost her fucking mind.
Yep, she's fucking
Oh, I
over.
forgot about that.
You arrived at the X and found there was an island with a large cliff face. You couldn't find any convenient way up, so you had to fly / Pesto climbed and got ridiculously exhausted.
Pesto could not have been more tired from climbing the cliff.
You heard drums coming from the rainforest atop the island and decided to follow them,
Yeah.
finding a Bulwark tribe and managing to engage in civil trade to get a shiny crystal from their apparent leader. Gave away a few menial items for it, a couple weapons and things. As you left, you noticed that the tents that the Bulwarks were using were made of humanoid skin. The amulet with the shiny crystal was gently pulling in a direction into the rainforest. It brought you to an ancient stone temple that you discovered was dedicated to Armishan, the god of tricks, traps, and mischief. The door to the temple had a divot in it that perfectly fit the crystal. When placed, it opened the door, revealing the Wanderess inside.
Recap complete.
Cool.
I forgot about the sending them up south.
Sorry, you what?
I forgot about sending them up south.
You forgot about
But he said up south last week. We all found it very funny.
south. I thought you said up self, and I was like, you
Nope.
sent them up self.
Nope, I sent them
Ah,
up
send
south.
it up yourself. We need to elect a new captain.
I've told you, Niffy's happy to be captain.
I'd rather start a new campaign.
Fuck you.
So someone's working to this one. We'll do the same campaign, just
With Niffy being the captain.
different ship. You all die in just a different ship with different people.
No, Niffy's not going to die.
And then we just start posting it again from episode 1 as if we didn't post the other one, and just like overwrite them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lost history.
yeah.
Righty.
Lefty.
You walk into this large stone room, which is on roll 20. I believe you can all see it currently. The stone door opens into the main temple room, a large chamber that has seen better days. This was obviously once a room full of colour and vibrancy, but the incredibly detailed murals and depictions on the walls have been faded by time. The walls are covered in thick ivy, creeping over the stone surface and hanging down in long strands. The floor is carpeted with a thick green moss, spreading between cracked tiles. The air is damp, with a faint, earthy smell emanating from the various vegetation around the room, the humidity focused in this room making a slight mist appear low to the ground. The ceiling rises high above, with a few sections crumbled, allowing slivers of light to shine through the detailed mural of what can only be assumed to be a god and their followers, which you had previously worked out is Armishan, the god of traps, tricks, and mischief. The room is 110 feet and 70 feet wide, a power that everyone obviously has in this universe whenever I describe the size of rooms, with an aisle running down the centre, leading up a set of gentle stairs to a raised platform, on which resides a large cracked altar. The altar is made of stone blocks, worn and uneven, with moss and vines creeping across its surface. The remnants of symbols of gods can be faintly seen on the stone, though they are nearly indistinguishable due to age and damage. Broken offerings, ancient coins, trinkets, and faded scrolls litter the area around the altar. On both sides of the room, rows of stone pews are scattered, some collapsed and others still upright but cracked and broken, framed by the light filtering in through the cracks in the ceiling, which casts an eerie glow across the room, illuminating the overgrown altar and pews. There are 2 doorways in this room. On the right is a small archway, and on the left is a large archway, and that should cover everything without further description.
I think we get the dimensions from the PAL drone.
Yes, that makes sense. It does a little.
Yeah.
It does a vague
More
scan of the
accurate
room.
reason.
It does a vague scan of the room and projects out in front of it just like a 3D rotating hologram of just the room. Not very much detail, but just like little symbols that say how wide and how long it is.
For our podcast listeners, Alex forgot to mention that there is an ominous numeral 1 carved into the middle of the floor.
Yeah, no, it's not carved into the floor. It's actually floating in the middle, like the exact center of the room.
And fades away as we fully take it in.
Yeah, it's one of those sprites in the game that, like, as you move around, it's always facing you.
Oh shit! We can't defeat that. Like we've got to turn around.
I think we should just ignore it.
Your captain, walking up behind as you don't look at the number 1 in the air, goes, right, well, I think that we should... and just disappears into thin air.
I'm sure that's fine. Anyways, let's start investigating, shall we?
Don't tell me you don't make any reaction to that.
Isn't there supposed to be like a big blue guy who shows up now? because of there was some like teleportation. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like
probably.
illegal, you know.
The hell are you talking about?
Maybe he's just gone to wherever Cap's gone.
You haven't heard those legends? There's like a big blue guy with like a huge sword. He comes around. He's not very funny.
My mom told me to be careful with travel like that, but she said there was something that's called a Night Stalker. It was like big and tall and black and scary.
Yeah, that's who he's on about.
No, I'm sure it's blue.
Mm,
That was definitely what I'd heard.
couldn't be right.
I thought it was yellow, to be honest.
But who am I to gainsay what we established your mother was a rock? So,
Yes,
you know.
my mother is a rock, and she is very warm, and also a dragon. Anyways,
How can she be a
This is
rock
a-
and a dragon? That makes no sense.
But
Listen,
without being a statue, because you said that she definitely wasn't a statue.
she's definitely not a statue. We'll listen
Are you
after
sure
this.
she's your mum?
After this, we'll go meet my mom, and it'll make more sense, or maybe less sense.
Will it?
I'm not 100% sure that I want to go and
alright.
meet a rock without
That's fine.
knowing a little bit more about
Rude.
like how that works. That sounds very suspicious.
I mean, I'm down to meet a rock. I don't know if I can do it sober, though. I'm not coping very well sober.
Yeah, we know. Maybe there's some
Wow, fuck
like
you.
old drugs and stuff here that you can find. Maybe they'll be trapped though, so you should probably look for those.
Don't think having old drugs is a good idea.
Yes, since this is from this is a temple to a god of tricks, we probably should be very observant in everything that we do in this temple.
Mhm.
All right. This might be like this could become like a horrible tomb for us, full of traps.
Yeah, it could. Careful. I can't make references to things that I wasn't there for.
I mean, the horrible tombs are all over the place. Tombs full of horrors.
And I hear that sometimes they annihilate you.
A tomb of annihilation sounds a bit redundant, don't you think? I once heard about this guy Gary who designed this really horrible tomb.
Oh, I've heard that Gary's a wanker.
Yeah, everyone hates that guy.
Yeah, fuck Gary, dude.
Fuck Gary.
Anyways,
Somewhere in the world, there's just a dude named Gary who's just like, I'm really sad for some reason.
He deserves it. He knows why.
yeah, he knows what he did. All right, I'm going to investigate the pews.
Okay, are you just trying to investigate the one that you stood at, that first one on the right, or are you going to go for a general look?
I'd like to spend some time investigating each of them.
Each of them. That's fine. Let's give one investigation for each side, one for the right-hand side, one for the left-hand side, as you look at them, and then I'll give you some descriptors.
Okay, hold on. Turn the fucking page. Thank you. Okay, my investigation is a +7.
Very nice.
Okay. On the right side, I get a 16. And on the left, I get a 21.
We'll start with the 16. The stone appears to be partially carved from large blocks, but then in places you can see that they've fit together flatter pieces to make these bench shapes. They're hefty, solid stone, no corners have been cut. Not particularly comfortable, you could imagine, but it seems as though they were at one point used a fair chunk, as there are little divots, wavy divots along the seat of the bench, where people obviously sat and shuffled around many years ago. On the left-hand side, you can tell it is almost exactly the same. All of these stone benches are individually made. They don't have, like, they're identical in every way. Some of them are cracked and broken. Weirdly and rather strangely, you can see as you investigate on this left side, there's scrapes along the bottom on the outside of the wall. So, like, if I mark here,
Could I ask Alex that we use top and bottom instead of left and right?
we can do. If you want me to do northeast, southwest, we can.
Just because of the orientation of the map it'll get very confusing pretty quickly.
So the bottom of the room, which would be the bottom of those, I guess the bottom of the room, the bottom of the bottom benches.
Bottom.
That little square that would be beneath them. There appears to be some scraping on the ground. No tracks or marks or movements, just each of them fairly similarly has like a scrape. No defined shape to the scrape, just scuffed up rocks.
Like there.
Yes, although not between each of the benches. It's only below each of the benches.
Hey, Ozzy, can you try pushing one of these benches just back towards the wall there?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks.
Give me a athletics. That was the sound of your bones crunching.
Yeah. I got a 1 on the dice.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
So
You push really hard. Your feet dig into what is unfortunately moss, which slips out from under your feet, and you just fall down onto your face.
oh fuck.
Can I just to see if it would be funny, can I try and push it out the way?
Of course you can try and push it out the way.
While you're doing that, I'll go down to the next one and be like, yeah, real funny. These are obviously pulls, not pushes. And I'll try on the next one.
Okay.
What am I doing a strength?
Athletics.
Oh, athletics. That'll be a 13.
With a 13, you push with all of your might, and it's just not going anywhere.
Ah, gonna say if it's movable, can I just like move it a centimetre more than?
I'm not going to give you information about whether or not it's movable. I will say it does not budge at all for you.
Damn.
Damn it! I wanted to move it.
Ozzy?
16 plus.
I will Flash of Genius that
It was
and add 4.
athletics, wasn't it? Not
It
just
was
strength.
athletics.
So 19 plus.
Plus
whatever
4
you roll.
from my
So
Flash of
23.
Genius. I add my intelligence
23.
mod.
23. So you pull on the stone, and it is a big, heavy bench. But you think with the amount of force you're putting into it, something like this should at least shift a little bit, but it is absolutely not budging at all. To the point where you yank as hard as you can, and all that happens is the arm that you're holding onto just like snaps, and the rock breaks. The bench does not shift.
Question: what way are we moving it, or trying to move it?
Trying to move it south as you look at this map.
Because the scrapes are down there.
Can I walk round to the other side and try and move it?
How would the scrapes have gotten?
When you see the other side, which other side?
So I'm west of it, trying to push east.
You can try and give it a shove, yes?
That's an 18.
Exactly the same. No shift, no movement. Not even a tiny little, like, rock. As in, like, it doesn't even tilt or anything. They are very solidly in place.
Can I go down to this one here?
With the broken bit?
Yeah, and just kind of push the rubble aside and see if there's anything under there.
Sure. So, for the podcast's sake, the one that is the front left, if you were looking at it, but as we are looking at the bottom left, has broken into 4 pieces. There is a larger chunk at the top, an even larger chunk at the bottom, and then 2 smaller pieces that appear to have just crumbled over time near the center. I assume you're trying to move one of those smaller pieces.
Yes.
So the smaller pieces, interestingly, do feel as though they're heavy. If you're trying to actually like pick it up and move it out of the way, I'll make you roll.
No, just like a little bit to get a better view if there's anything underneath.
Well, in terms of trying to work out if it'll move, it obviously is shiftable. If you want to actually move it, just give me a roll, an athletics roll, to get it shifted. Because it's a big stone.
Can I use my little guys to assist me?
Yeah, give yourself an assistance, like a help.
Yeah, because I don't add anything to it anyway. Oh wait, I do! I'm proficient in athletics, apparently.
You're an athletic little raccoon.
18!
18's fine, yeah. You try to shove it, and it feels almost like there's some kind of attraction to the ground before you lift it enough to sort of break that, kind of like a magnet, and it just sort of whoop, and just moves out the way. Once it's moved, it certainly feels lighter. Well, it's not light, it's a chunk of rock, but it feels a little easier to move around, and you just sort of place it over the side.
Would it be a reasonable assumption that there's some kind of mechanism locking these all in place right now?
From what you have, it feels as though something is holding them in place, yes. What it is, you could do some rolls to try and work it out, but there's not a lot of evidence as to what would be the case.
Yes. Well, I think we'll have more success if we find a switch. So let's continue looking elsewhere for now.
How long of a switch? Are we looking at like more of a rod or more whip-like?
What?
Like a switch? It's like a stick with a bit of like willowy bit on the end. People use them as like canes.
I was talking about like a mechanical switch.
Oh,
I was thinking of a completely different switch, and we were in the wrong place for that.
We were all thinking of different switches, huh? Fascinating. Anyways,
it's a complicated word.
yeah. Common is really fucking stupid, huh?
Yep.
In Mapach, we have different words for each of those things.
Oh, what are they?
It's because the common appears from multiple different languages around the world with no individual root, so therefore you get multiple words, or the same word meaning multiple things, or multiple words meaning the same thing.
What are they?
Rowan can't make the sounds because it sounds like a raccoon chittering, and Rowan cannot chitter like a raccoon.
Yeah, you just hear like some chittering noises, slightly cute, coming from Pesto.
Oh, sorry, they all sounded the same to me.
They're very different.
No. That other one did not sound like that.
Anyways.
I'm sorry, your improv got denied.
Well,
I probably should have fucking yes and you just got fucking no butted.
Fucking hell. I won't play this game anymore. Fuck you all. I'm like going, you know what? You used to do a lot of yes ands, and it would be good if you could do that again. No, I can't fucking do it because the fucking team won't let me. So much for being a best friend.
Oh, look at Pesto standing in the midst of like a raying glow.
I know.
A glowing ray of light from the ceiling. Do you like my glowing rays? I think they look quite nice.
I do. I love your glowing rays.
Thank you. What you doing? Who's doing what?
I want to check out the main.
Niffy's gonna stay quiet.
Actually, the whole pedestal thing here, I want to be very cautious around because there's a lot of attention being drawn to it. I would like to investigate it.
There is a platform in front of you which has a few steps up to an altar. You are investigating without standing on that first step?
Yeah, I'll start with the step, make sure it's not a pressure plate of some kind.
Sure. So obviously investigation, you'll need to get your hands all up in there. I'm fine for you not to put any pressure down on that first step. But obviously you have to be touching and all that stuff.
Sure.
While attention is being put on other things by the other two, Ozzy's going to go in the corner, slightly undo some of his armor, reach inside his chest cavity and snap off one of his ribs, and then just put it in his pocket.
Okie dokie.
21.
By all investigation, as far as you can tell, these first couple steps, because that's obviously all you can reach, are just stone steps. At one point, crafted very carefully with a lot of attention. As you get close, you can see there may have been like runic symbols or something along the steps, maybe mottos or something to do with the gods, but worn by time. There doesn't appear to be anything mechanical, shifting or moving, or at least intentionally shifting and moving. There might be some loose rocks, but that's just, as you investigate it, just old rocks. It's just steps.
Oh, did you find something over there, Pesto? I didn't find anything in this corner.
No, it's just a step, not a trap. But this altar, though, let's see.
You want to investigate?
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Hold on. Can I do it to myself?
No.
I mean, it's healthy.
Not in the open, please.
People our age, people, do all sorts of things.
How old is Rocket?
6.
Not Rocket, I meant Spinach.
Rocket is decades old and under the copyright of a different company.
Yeah, no, I meant Spinach.
Oh, when you or another creature. Okay. So, if I add my +4 again, then it becomes an 18.
Okay. The altar is large and rather impressive, carefully crafted from stone with 2 pillars holding up a flat, angled top, with space obviously once used for holding scriptures or books. Time has not been kind to this altar, as the stone is rough and worn by the weather, but it still stands strong and stable. With your investigation, as you look closer, you can see that down the shaft of one of the columns of this altar, that there appears to be some form of sliding blocks, 6 in total, each able to sit in an upwards position or a downwards position.
Is this one of those slidey puzzle things?
No. 6 individual things, which can be in an up position or a down position.
So
They're levers, and if you push them all up,
Yeah.
the floor drops out from under you, and you fall into a 100-foot pit.
So effectively, think of like a slight divot carved out of for each of them individually, a slight divot into the column, and then another rock sitting in it that can be moved to the top or the bottom of that little divot.
Okay.
But it's kind of flush with the column, so it's hard to see at first.
Okay. We have a code of some kind to input.
Normally I go with 4 zeros.
Okay, I'll try that in a binary type system, so I'll flip 4 of them up.
You flip 4 of them up, what are you doing with the other 2? Because they were all currently up.
Also up.
They can only be up or down. You put them all up, nothing happens.
How about up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down?
Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Okay, you put 6 of them in an up-down position and somehow put 2 more in an up-down position, and nothing happens.
Yeah, I've got no answers.
How many combinations are there, Pesto?
2 to the power of 6, right?
Anyone is welcome at this point to do a slight history check.
I'll do a history check.
I got another one.
Fucking nothing.
I got an 11.
Oh.
I don't think the roll's necessary anymore.
I love how I didn't even get an answer for my 11. I could have got enough on that one. But no.
You remember, I'll give you for your 11. You remember something to do with ups and downs, but you can't remember where you saw it.
I remembered it wrong. I put them in the positions up, down, down, up, up, down.
You put them in up, down, up,
yeah.
down. The combination, as seen, written on the map.
Map.
And the map.
Oh, fuck, where'd you get that from?
It was written on the map!
What map?
I thought we'd given that to the Ballywags.
No.
Anyone else really itchy?
Yeah.
No. I don't have skin, so it's not really a sensation
I'm glad it's not just me.
Pesto just has fleas.
I think I got fleas, yeah.
Oh, have you given me your fleas?
I mean, I feel like we'd struggle to do that.
You are the 2 hairiest creatures in the room, so, like...
Thank you.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's true, unless there's like a rat around.
That's actually like a great compliment.
Like, I don't think that what my wigs are actually hair. I think they're some kind of synthetic fibre.
And they're slightly singed.
Yeah,
we need to get you a real hair wig, because the synthetic just does not look good on you.
I quite like them.
As you flick the last switch, you hear a grinding sound as the very stone of the altar itself vibrates, as though an ancient mechanism is struggling to move after years of neglect. After a second, there is a loud clunk, and a symbol starts to carve itself into the main face, that of the symbol of Armishan. Above the symbol, a small spike appears out of the stone. This was evidently once sharp metal, but now is rusted and blunted by time.
I think someone has to prick their finger.
I don't want tetanus.
Oh, sorry, guys. I mean, I can, like, put my finger on it, but if it needs, like, a blood sacrifice, I don't think I'm the most suitable person to do that.
I'm fairly confident that in the past, blood sacrifice was, like, a prominent thing in these kinds of rituals for the old gods, but I'm definitely not putting my finger on that thing. Ozzy, you have a sharp weapon, right? I don't remember what weapons you have.
Well, I've got shitloads of weapons on me, mate. Yeah. I'm always packing.
Can you gently stab my finger over the metal thing?
Yeah. Like, what do you want? Do you just want, like, a little prick? Do you want a cut? If you find some paper, I could probably do it with that if that would make you feel more at home.
Ow.
Just a cut, enough to bleed a little bit.
Right, okay. Let me have a look at what do I still have in my inventory, because I gave away my greatsword. So I'll look for that and go, oh no, got rid of it.
Oh, I have a dagger, actually.
I think someone said something about having a glaive.
What was he looking? You just pull out a dagger under it.
Yeah.
You stab yourself in the finger. Ow. And a couple drops of blood you manage to squeeze out as Ozzy's looking for a different blade. And it lands. What are you trying to land the blood on?
On the metal thing that would have normally been used to stab.
Sure. You drop a little bit on there and it covers it a little bit. Just drips down the side of this small spike and goes down to the bottom. Nothing appears to happen, but it's only a couple drops of blood that kind of just sit vaguely at the bottom. Water tension holding it in place. Or blood tension, I guess, holding it in place.
Oh, here we go. I'll take out the screaming sword.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
This is my cleanest blade.
Well, I'm glad you think I'm clean, but I'd rather just be fucking sheathed. That's what I care about. Fucking hell.
Hey, can you see? Like, do you recognise where we are?
Can I see? Can I see? I'm a fucking sword. Wait, what am I right now?
Yeah, but you can talk, which most swords
You're a
can't
fucking
do. So,
sword
like,
that talks.
Yeah,
like,
I can
I
talk,
wondered if you could do other
but I
stuff
don't
as
have
well.
fucking eyes.
Oh, you don't have
You
a
don't have
mouth
a
either.
fucking mouth.
Well, you can see.
You know what? That's a fair point. It's not like I've got vocal
Yeah.
cords, so
Exactly.
you don't know where we are,
I've got no fucking clue where we are because I can't see.
and you don't know anything about the god Aramishish.
Armishish.
Can I put an HP worth of blood into it?
An HP. Oh, I see. Okay, an HP is in a hit point.
I was thinking of the brown
I
sauce.
was thinking of brown sauce as well.
I was thinking of the computer.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all today?
No, there is a very prominent brown sauce company in the UK called HP Sauce.
Why would I be asking that about?
I don't know. That's why I was so confused.
We should also clarify for any non-British listeners: brown sauce as a thing is not just any sauce that is brown. It is a
That's also
specific
true.
sauce that is
Of
called
course
brown
it is.
sauce.
Yeah.
It tastes
But-
awful. I don't
mess with
recommend
that.
it.
But
I like
to
it
people
counter
like having
that-
it on baked
a lot of
beans.
things.
But to counter that, red sauce is ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one calls
Not-
it red sauce.
Yeah, not a
Oh,
lot of people call it red
definitely
sauce.
call it red sauce.
I've
But a lot of
literally never
people
heard
call it red
anyone call
sauce.
it red sauce.
I don't know. We have a lot of people call it ketchup, but that's about
You
it.
put HP's worth of blood. Yes, you cut yourself a bit more, and it starts to drip fairly profusely downwards before you eventually hold up, and it goes down the shaft of the spike, starts going down the gradient of the altar, and fills up the shape of the symbol of Armasham. As soon as the last little bit connects with blood inside of the symbol, you would hear an even louder grinding than before, this time shaking the entire room. The cracks in the walls and ceiling rapidly expand and lengthen under the burden of this vibration as you see the stone pews start to shift sideways to the edges of the room. The floor in the center of the room starts to slide open before more cracks appear under the strain and a large chunk of the ceiling falls down from above the altar. Hester, could you please make a dex save? And because you're standing there as well, Ozzy. Niffy, you're not standing close enough.
Nope.
16.
Purposely stand back.
16?
14.
14. You both fail. This large chunk falls down, crushing the altar, blasting debris sideways, and you both take 12 damage. Scattering rocks across you, Niffy, but you're far enough away that it does not hurt you, just sort of brushes you in the face. Maybe one, like a bit of dust gets in your eye and it's really annoying.
No. Oh, no.
Ow.
Glasses, that's neither.
As the altar is crushed, hang on, I'm not quite done yet. As the altar is crushed under the weight of this falling chunk, it immediately halts the mechanical movements, jamming the new opening with only a small gap actually visible. Now, because I can, bonk, change the map. You can see that most of the benches have all moved out of the way as they were supposed to, and in the center you can see just a sliver of a gap that's opened up, just under the wall. Also now hurt as rocks have jammed themselves into your various parts of the body. A lot of clanging coming off the armor of
Oh, fuck.
Ozzy.
Oh, is this place like... Is this place gonna be full of traps, then?
I think it's going to be full
Probably.
of horrors.
Oh, well, I don't have any magic to detect horrors, but I have magic that will let me, like, detect if there are traps.
You know, that may
Like,
have just...
I wish you'd said sooner that there'd be loads of traps here.
I thought you'd use your brain and, like, know that.
I did say we should be careful. I don't think that was an intentional trap, though. It just fell.
I can say quite confidently that I don't have a brain. It rotted away with the rest of, my organic bits and pieces.
So, where do you get your intelligence from?
Same place that I believe I get my voice and stuff from. My kind of animus.
From your anus.
And that is...
like the thing that keeps me going. Like it's just this. It's a bit embarrassing because I'm just a skeleton. But well, I suppose this is probably a good time to show you this, and I'll take the rib out of my pocket that I broke off earlier, and you'll see it's kind of got some faintly glowing carved runes on it. Because you probably not seen Ozzy without armor on. He just never takes it off because he doesn't really need to. I'm covered in this stuff on like all my rib cage and stuff, and it's kind of what does it.
Don't you need
So
that?
this is one of my ribs.
Fuck.
Well, like I took it off because I did it in private, just because Niffy has occasionally made mention of asking how difficult it is to take bits of me off me.
Clearly not that difficult.
And like I prefer not to explore that. But I can do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of sorry about that. I don't know what my fascination with that is.
Yeah. But like this one in particular, it finds things sometimes. Because of someone likes part of the magic that keeps me going. I think. That's my best assumption. If you spend enough time around like a big lich, then you pick up a few things. It's one of the reasons I can do magic now.
Because you spent time around a lich.
Well, like I learned some things.
Huh.
So like this rib of mine can find some like hidden doors and stuff. And then I've got magic that can find traps, and I just thought I should if it seems like that's going to be relevant, it seemed like I should tell you.
That's actually kind of cool.
I'm gonna pull out my slumbering dragon vessel. don't give me those eyes. And I will yell into it, healing, and it'll fill with a red liquid, and I will and have my potion of healing.
Have you guys been taking my drug?
What? Now?
No, I've been very clear that I do not wish to partake, and I'm not sure that I can.
But you're pulling ribs off and you're shouting words into whatever that is.
Oh, that's magic.
Oh, yeah, it's magic. This is quite complicated stuff.
Like you talking to me as if I don't know and don't do magic myself. But I've never seen that.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that you're saying that because I was sure you could do some magic.
I can, but it's more just like clicking my fingers or throwing some herbs out or blowing into the wind. I don't really shout at things or pull my ribs out.
I mean, it's not all fleshy. I can pull my rib out. I can summon Bruce. I can do all sorts of things. You just gotta
Who the fuck is Bruce?
Bruce is my pet shark. I have definitely mentioned him.
What the fuck? I never knew about a pet shark.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like around all the time. He just sort of comes by to chomp on people that I'd like to be dead.
I truly thought you were just making a joke.
There's nothing funny about Bruce, mate.
How fucking out of it have I been since joining you guys?
Well, you have been really high like most of the time, so pretty out of it.
Maybe you should take this as like a bit of a wake-up call. You do know that I'm a skeleton, right? That's not news to you.
What? Really? Of course I fucking know that.
And you know that Pesto's name is Pesto and not Spinach.
Yeah, I do kind of remember that slightly. The spinach fits better.
So like, just let me know, Pesto. Like, if that stuff would be helpful. Like, I think you're best suited to the exploring round here.
Okay. We should probably check the side rooms first before we go down, right?
Before you move on, I was just going to mention, as I rolled for it, you'll be happy to know that the various offerings that were around the altar were not destroyed by the rock.
Oh, good.
What were the offerings again?
You never looked in any particular detail at them, but I had mentioned them prior, so I was just...
I thought it was just a description of, like, debris and clutter on the ground.
Can I investigate the offerings?
You're welcome to.
19.
19. As they're going, bloody hell, the fucking rock fell on me, you go, ooh, shady things.
Yeah.
And you find 17 ancient coins. These are, in some way or another, coins that were used a very long time ago. They are not current currency. You have no idea if they're worth anything or not. There is a candle with no remaining wick. Not particularly helpful.
That can stay behind.
A glass orb. about fist-sized, maybe the size of an apple.
Write it down, write it down.
I'll take the candle.
Sure.
The wax could be useful.
A small wooden carving of an unrecognized animal. A book whose pages have been melded into one over time.
Yeah, it's not bothered about
The
that.
cover is unreadable. A glass jar with a faintly green liquid.
Ooh, I love my glass jars with faintly green liquids.
Are you having that one?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
3 unreadable scrolls, faded by time. And 1 scroll of darkness.
I'll grab that for now and we'll work out who has it afterwards.
I'll also take the book with the melded pages.
Yes, completely unopenable. It's just turned into like one giant chunk of mulchy.
Do you want the 3 random
okay.
scrolls as well?
Sure.
You could repurpose them. They're very delicate, but then,
That's why I was asking if they wanted them.
So, there you go.
3 random scrolls with nothing on them.
I mean, they obviously did have something on them at some point, but they're so old that it's all faded and unreadable. The Scroll of Darkness was like in a little case, like a little scroll case, so it survived much better.
Can I make an Arcana check about the green liquid?
If you wish, yes.
I do wish. I wish upon a star to get a dirty 20.
Cool. Realistically, you have no idea if it's magical or not. I mean, it has the appearance of potions that you have seen in the past. This sort of faintly green, translucent liquid. It is the volume of something that would be perhaps expected to be drunk. But whether it is drinkable, especially since it is very old, is a completely different question.
Is it corked?
Yes, it's a corked jar.
Can I open it and just smell?
Yeah, it doesn't smell of much, to be honest.
Mm.
A little stale in there. There's no distinct notes of anything in particular other than the smell of the cork itself.
Mm-hmm. That is a liquid.
I thought you could like identify things just by looking at them.
I'm not going to spend 10 minutes doing that right now.
Okay, well, while you're doing stuff, I'll spend 10 minutes like trying to detect magical auras then.
Okay. I guess I will sit down and identify.
I guess I'll spend 10 minutes sitting here.
I mean, there are other things you can explore.
Yeah, there are 2 side rooms.
No, but she's kind of sat there going, you guys are spending 10 minutes doing rituals? I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
She's not used to being sober and having all these thoughts.
Design your own ritual.
So where are y'all going?
I'm identifying.
Can I investigate up here, please?
The upper room, and you are identifying. Wonderful. This upper room. There it is. I shall reveal, if I remember what it is, it's that one. Reveal areas, and then poof. Hopefully you can now
2.
see.
Oh my god, there's a 2 on this floor.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's a small square room measuring 15 feet by 15 feet. Its stone walls are covered in patches of moss and mildew, the air stale with the scent of rotting wood and damp stone. Wooden shelves line the walls, though many have collapsed, their rotten planks scattered across the damp stone floor. A few remain standing, warped with age, their surfaces coated in dust and cobwebs, held up by rusted metal brackets. Barrels and crates, their sides softened by decay, are haphazardly stacked in the corners. Some have split open, revealing the rotten remains of dried-out foodstuffs, and a single iron lantern, rusted and long extinguished, hangs crookedly from a ceiling hook. You're identifying the
liquid.
The liquid. It was water. It is now gross water.
And is there anything magical showing up within 30 feet of me?
Of you right now, there's a vague glow that appears to be dimming by the second from the altar that is crushed. Obviously, the effects of which have already become obviously obvious.
What is the school of magic?
Whatever the one that would be for the thing that happened. Everything is in people's pockets, but the scroll of darkness would be glowing. But other than that, not much.
I am dumping the water, and I now just have a glass jar that is very old.
You have an old glass jar.
Can I just investigate the bubbles and crates?
You can.
How did the water turn green?
16.
16. As you're looking around, one of the more intact crates in the corner has a false bottom.
Ooh.
Beneath the loose wooden panel, a small stash of old temple offerings is hidden. Unfortunately, destroyed by time. There are, however, 5 more of these ancient coins. The rest is all like old paper that's turned to mulch.
Well, that was a waste of time.
There's nothing really in here either.
Oh, let's look at the other room then. I'll go and take a quick glance to see if there's anything magical, and if not, go back down.
The room at the bottom.
Oh,
A large rectangular room measuring 50 feet by 45 feet, as scanned by the PAL drone. The library is in a state of decay. What the fuck does that mean? In a state of decay. The stone walls are lined with towering wooden bookshelves, most of which have collapsed, leaving broken planks and scattered debris across the floor. The surviving shelves lean at odd angles, their surfaces covered in thick layers of dust and cobwebs, the musty scent of old parchment, mold, and rotting wood lingering in the air. At the center of the room is a long wooden table, snapped in two by the force of the chandelier that obviously once hung above. Surrounding the table, scattered by the force of the chandelier, sits the remnants of books and scrolls. Some are reduced to crumbling fragments, their ink faded beyond recognition, but a few still remain vaguely intact, though their pages seem brittle and yellowed with age. A single wooden chair, missing one of its legs, lies toppled beside the table. The ceiling is cracked, with vines creeping through gaps in the stonework, the faint light filtering in from above, casting long shadows across the ruined library, hiding the details of the torn banners hanging from the walls, their faded designs barely visible. And you can see, as by the map, there is a single door on the western side.
Was there anything magical showing up in the top room?
No.
Can I take a closer look at the banners?
You of course can.
11.
A lot of the details of these banners has disappeared, the colour faded. There obviously were symbols on them at one point, but as you touch them, they literally fall apart in your hands, this fabric barely holding on.
That's it.
There's not much discernible. You would assume this is something to do with symbology for Armishan,
Yeah.
but there is no confirmation of that. The room that you are looking at there, Purdy, this room to the west, this is a 20-foot by 15-foot chamber. It's filled with the remnants of old storage, the air thick with the scent of mold and decaying parchment. Stone shelves line the stone walls, their surfaces rough and covered in dust. Some cracked and collapsed entirely, but others standing strong despite the tests of time. Wooden crates and storage chests sit in piles, some stacked haphazardly, whilst others have rotted away, spilling their contents. There's torn sacks of what was once ink powder or binding materials laying in disarray, their contents hardened into useless lumps, holes gnawed by small rodents or other small animals. There is a single iron lantern, rusted and long extinguished, hanging from a hook in the corner, just as in the other room.
I'll do what I did in the other room and just look around inside all the bits and bobs.
Yeah, give me an investigation.
While she's doing that, can I look for any salvageable books in this little library?
Sure.
Mine's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
24.
24. Well, in the library, very simply, this is too exposed to the elements. Nothing has survived. It's very simple. As you go through, you look at book after book after book after book. They're all just mulch. Some of them a little damp. Some of them growing interesting mushrooms. But none of them readable.
Dang.
Inside of the storage room, you find behind one of these collapsed shelves, a short phrase is etched into the stone in an ancient script.
And I bet I can't read it, can I?
I would presume not. You can tell me what languages you are fluent in.
I can, but I can't pronounce half the languages you say.
Just however you think that'd be said.
Draconic, Tech, Thendo, and Manor.
Manure.
Manure.
I speak shit.
Yeah, you just say you talk shit all the time.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in
Sniffy
speaking
does.
shit.
It is none of those. What languages do any of the rest of you speak?
Common and Inagnis.
Wonderful.
Just Chi-Chi.
You are all welcome to roll some history, because it's probably an old script, but none of you are immediately able to read it.
Well, Before I roll, can I just
Of course.
ask if the text looks like the last 4 characters on the map?
No.
Okay.
I know exactly what it says with a 5.
Natural 20 for a 24.
Did you say it was history?
Yeah, history.
Then a 20, but not natural.
Okay, with the 5, you are staring at this. This is most certainly a clue. It is a hint. It is something about treasure. The other 2 of you, you recognize some of the symbols. It's definitely Perwelven. So, like, a little bit of old, like, Kerwin or Perwin. It says something along the lines of, with a rough translation, Kentworth is a butt.
Oh.
But Niffy, this is definitely a clue to treasure.
Right, guys.
I'm so glad I wasted a nat 20 on that.
This says that we need to go down the set of stairs on the east wing.
There are no stairs, nor is there an east wing.
What it says?
No, it doesn't.
Does it say what kind of bird's wing we need?
No, east wing isn't the east section of...
That was the way that we came in, though.
It's okay to not know what it says.
Of course I know what it says. I mean, who wouldn't know what it says?
I mean, I don't know all of what it says.
To me, it looks like it looks like it's a quabble between people here. It's saying someone else was a butt.
Yeah, it's just someone complaining about the quality of copper that they were sold. Those kind of texts really endure.
Oh man, that's a fucking meme right there. I'm gonna let that one just be for the people that understand it, and if you don't, that's a shame.
Even I don't.
I don't.
Because I'm not the only one in this group that doesn't understand it.
That's a
So
real.
you have the
life
power
meme.
of Google at your
Oh.
fingertips.
Oh, fuck off with this power of Google shit. All I ever get off... Sorry, it's not aimed at you, Joe. Whenever I ever used to ask Alex or Ro anything, they'd be like, Google it. And it really, like, now it's one of those triggers for me. If somebody tells me to Google it, I just instantly get angry.
Do you then Google it, though? Or do you
No.
just sit
No.
and seethe about it? About being
I sit
told
and
that you
seethe.
could Google it?
I'd rather just fucking not know.
That's one way to go, sure.
You know, we told you that because we would also have to Google it to give you the answer.
That's not the fucking point. It now triggers me.
Oh, well, if you would have
Triggered
also
me.
had to Google it, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the point. My manager told me to Google something the other day, and I just went and walked out.
It might not be the point, but it's important to the point.
No, it's not.
It wasn't just I have the answer, I'm not going to tell you. It's I
I
don't
always
know. So
fucking came across though.
Oh, do you think that there's something here that you haven't found? Because I can squeeze my rib a bit and see what it tells me.
honestly, I think everything on this floor is far too exposed to the elements to be of any use or worth.
Sure, like.
I think
Yeah, I
if there's
agree
anything
with
valuable, it'll be down in that what seems to be a vault of some kind. So let's check it out. You said it popped open a bit. Does that mean it's like an easy push or
Yes.
pull? Or...
So the section of ground that you can see there, which is like 5, 10, 15, 35 by 10 section of the ground, appeared to move backwards and up slightly, sliding backwards, but unfortunately was unable to open more than maybe a couple feet. You can see through this gap that opened up a set of stairs, and you could definitely crawl through the gap down the stairs. It wouldn't be comfortable, but it is maneuverable. In terms of moving the mechanic, you don't know. You'd have to give it a shove if you could try, but as it stands, that's what was revealed.
You said there's how much room to get in there?
Couple feet, definitely squeezable by all of you. You could all get in. You might have to go on.
Almost comfy for me.
Yeah, you'd be able to get through. Not quickly.
Ooh.
It's not like you could sprint through it, but you can switch through. Yeah.
I'm 90% hair anyway.
9% penis.
No.
For the art that Rowan has drawn of that, check out our Patreon, where you could find it if Rowan puts it there.
You're never going to see art of Pesto's penis on the Patreon.
Yeah. Anywhere, hopefully.
Sorry, did I misspeak? Is it a cloaca for raccoons?
Can we just get on with going through this little hole to get down to the thing, please? Ow.
Niffy cuts herself, squeezing through the hole. Are you all squidging down? You all going for it?
That was Purdy
Yeah.
planting her cut from the other day and forgetting that she had it.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Alex loves when we do the thing.
I love when you do the thing. It'd be kind of sad
When
if you didn't.
We do the thing
when we don't just sit there for an hour and a half, or probably more like an hour because of all the technical
Okay.
difficulties.
Standing around is exactly the reason why I have a DMPC, so I can at least be involved in the shittery.
We
Yeah.
haven't got much of a DMPC yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Pumpkin.
Yet. Yeah,
Don't
Pumpkin's
worry,
fine.
we'll get one.
It took you a while
We'll-
to get a DMPC with.
We'll pick our favorite.
So, you walk down the stairs.
Dun dun
You
dun.
walk down into a dark chamber made of worn stone, its walls covered in faded carvings. At the bottom of the stairs is a 10-foot by 20-foot corridor, which then opens into the main section of the chamber, a 30-foot by 15-foot hall. The air is stale, and a thick layer of dust covers the ground as though no one has stepped foot in here, or as I have written, no one has stepped foot in here for many years. Now, if I do it correctly, whoop, you over to this.
Oh,
Hopefully.
it's a big map. Oh, the
No,
map be big.
don't worry, around the edges is all just extra. Don't worry about any of that. It's an accident that I made it, not all that.
Yeah.
You don't do accents like that.
Accents? I do plenty of
Yeah.
accents.
You don't do accents like that. Not like that, though.
The walls are lined with intricate reliefs, though time has left them barely recognizable. Where a name or inscription might have once been, there is instead faded stone with only a trace of the once vibrant markings. The figures in the carvings depict scenes of trickery and deception, a cloaked figure exchanging masks, a robed priest tipping a scale behind their back, and a shadow entity standing over kneeling worshippers. The ceiling, vaulted and cracked in places, has creeping roots pushing through the gaps where moisture has weakened the stone, and the floor is uneven with a few scattered fragments of broken stone that may have once belonged to statues or decorative pillars. Small alcoves along the walls suggest where offerings or relics may have been placed long ago, now empty and gathering dust. There are 3 stone doors in this room, all of which are closed. One directly ahead of you, one to the left, and one to the right. So it's basically in the shape of a T. Obviously, as we look at it on the map, it's on its side, but in the shape of a T, and ahead of you and to the left and the right of the top bit of the T, there are doors.
Do they appear to be particularly complex doors, or are they just like wooden?
It is a
simple
stone door.
stone.
It is a rectangle
door.
that looks like a door in a doorway. There doesn't appear to be handles, locks. You can't even see hinges, but it's obviously a stone in a doorway. Presumably a door.
So they've obviously all got doors in them.
Yes.
Damn.
So like classic Legend of Zelda temple style doors.
Yeah, so like doors that are made of stone.
Yeah.
But are they
yeah,
doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you could describe them as like stone doors.
Oh, okay.
Okay, how if I give this one a little push, does it
Which one's this one? You're standing in the
the
middle
one
of the room.
straight ahead? You're
Sorry,
right.
sorry.
I am like at the exact intersection between all of them. The one closest, 5 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
These doors, Alex.
Yes.
How stoned are they?
Much more stoned than Niffy.
Oh my god, have they got any to give Niffy?
Yeah, more or less than Niffy. That's our sliding scale.
Oh, more than Niffy because she's full on sober now.
I'd probably still hang a little.
I feel like
Yeah.
even sober, yeah, you still got a little.
No,
I don't think you've hit rock bottom yet.
Well, no. Well, this is rock bottom right now. You're on a rock. There's a rock floor, stone
I
floor.
was about to say, if I hit stone bottom instead.
You push the door ahead of you.
Yes.
So the door it easily opens up.
Ah, it's a door.
Fuck, you're so smart.
Thank you. I know I've trained for many years to figure this shit out.
You know what? I'd never would have got that myself.
I know, it's just like a flat stone. Who would have known?
I know.
Well, now that we found it, are we heading home or like?
I mean, who makes doors out of stone?
Yeah, who does that? The same people that make me tired when I climb, I bet.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, the door's locked, it turns out. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? So
It opens a little bit, then shuts immediately and seals itself.
Slightly trapped your tail hairs.
You open up the door, and it opens up to a corridor.
Oh my god. It's a corridor.
30 foot long, with one door straight ahead of you and one door on the north side of the corridor, about 2/3 of the way down.
Okay. We know what that one looks like. Now this one.
Okay, the north door in this original room. You'll like this, because this actually has something interesting.
I thought you were going to say it's closed or it's locked, and I was going to respond to you by saying, you're thinking of a wall?
A chamber of stone, 25 feet long and 15 feet wide, with an eerie sense of preservation. Unlike the weathered entry hall, this room seems untouched by time, its walls still bearing clear carvings that depict robed figures kneeling before a large, still pool. The images suggest ritual purification, with hands raised in prayer and figures emerging from the water, cleansed. The air is heavy with moisture, carrying a faint mineral scent. At the room's center, there is a large pool dominating the space. Its surface is unnaturally smooth and black, reflecting the room with mirror-like perfection. Despite the stillness, something about these waters seems unnerving, but you are unable to determine for what reason. The pitch-black nature of the water makes its depth seem impossible to determine, with nothing visible beneath the surface.
Weird pool of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of purification ceremony. Got it. And then this one.
That door also opens nice and easy. Now, are you happy or sad that all of these doors open nice and easy?
I'm happy. I'm very happy, actually.
I'm concerned.
Oh, that's a hole.
I feel ambivalent about it.
This room. This 15 by 15 foot chamber is remarkably well preserved. Its stone walls smooth and intact, untouched by the decay seen elsewhere in the temple. As you open the heavy stone door, sconces on the wall light to a dim flickering flame, casting strange shadows on the walls that make the room feel deeper than it is. The air here is thick and still, with the faint scent of burnt incense lingering, as if the last offering was made only yesterday. At the center of the room lies a perfectly circular pit, its edges lined with dark polished stone. The hole descends into the complete blackness, its depth impossible to gauge. You feel a sense of unease, which at first is hard to pinpoint, but quickly you realize that it is because there is no sound echoing from within the chamber, no matter how loud a noise you make. Carvings along the wall depict solemn figures lowering objects, gems, weapons, even scrolls into the pit, as if making sacred tributes. Some paintings, however, show hands reaching out of the pit, grasping blindly toward the offerings above. I said carvings and painting. They are painted carvings.
When you said about the echoes, I just had this image of us all like just screaming into that room going, "Echo!"
Yeah, it's completely mute, which would be strange for a completely smooth stone room. And for a large hole in the ground, but yes.
And what kind of magic aura does it have, if any?
From within 30 feet of
I'd
lower
go
room.
and stand in the doorway, but...
Yeah, just making sure. In that lower room, nothing.
What the fuck?
So, it's not magical in there.
You're welcome to jump down the hole and see if there's anything further down is magical there.
Yeah, what about up here, though?
In room 6, the pool room, abjuration.
On the pool?
On the pool.
Or everywhere?
Just
So I cast ceremony on you.
Like, so that could...
Could be a trap.
I mean, in fact, it could be a trap, it could be locked, it could, like, give you life. It could be a healing pool, like my spells that do that is abjuration.
Well,
There used to be evocation, but then it changed. Now it's abjuration.
If it could give life, could it take life?
not in this world, I don't think. It's like a weird in-between. Who knows?
Anything magical down that corridor?
No.
Alright, well, time to go back to the ship.
Why?
Look for the captain, see if he's there.
I haven't found treasure.
He did disappear on us. We should.
That's fine. I'll be back.
This is going to sound horrible, but I've been enjoying this adventuring without him.
It is horrible. I'm going to tell him that you said that, and he's going to be very upset.
Why would you tell him something that would upset him, knowing it would upset him?
Because he really treasures the time that we spend together, and I think he deserves to know.
Does he?
If you don't feel the same way.
You know what I think will make the captain really happy? I think if we bring back just like a buttload of treasure, he'll be so happy when we get back.
I used to enjoy adventuring with him until he became the captain. And then Pal's just kind of gone to his head.
Well, we could all mutiny him together.
No, I'm afraid that if you did that, we'd have to come to blows, unfortunately.
Mutiny's not funny.
Like, I'd have to kill you both, and I don't really want to do that.
I don't think you could.
Well, I'd prefer not to find out.
Oh, he could probably kill me. He could almost definitely kill me, yeah. I'd snap like a twig.
Like, I don't think it'd be all that difficult, but I'd prefer not to find out, because I generally quite like the both of you, but, you know, mutiny's not on the table.
Yeah, you're growing on me.
I don't grow, I'm static. I'm kind of fixed, because my bones don't get bigger.
Okay.
I suppose that you could, like, maybe if we, like, covered me in milk, because it's high in calcium. But I don't know about that. I haven't tried it.
Whatever your kink is fine, but please keep it to yourself.
I'm not really sure what you're getting at.
Can you describe the murals on the wall in room number 6 again?
So, robed figures kneeling before a large still pool. I would say as it goes round, it's almost a story, like left to right, of people entering the pool, people exiting the pool, people kneeling before the pool. There doesn't appear to be any gods on this one, but there's a lot of, like, think of baptism style, or I don't know exactly what sects of Christianity, but there's some where the baptism is done standing in a pool. It's that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will imitate their kneeling before the pool.
Oh.
And then walk into
Pesto,
the pool.
like, oh, God, no. Would you have stopped when I called out, or would you have carried on?
No.
You're walking straight in.
Oh, fuck, no. No, they're going to dedicate themselves to some horrible old god.
Take me! God of trickery!
Wow.
Even if he stood there going, don't, no!
Like, what a terrible idea. Like, I thought they were the smart one.
That's stupid, even coming from me.
So, are you just intending to just walk to the center of the pool?
Yeah.
Like, as in you're walking forwards, not just like taking a gentle step, you're just walking.
Yeah.
Wonderful. The first step, your foot doesn't hit a floor and you just straight into the water.
Oh, fuck, they're dead.
Could you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, no.
I mean, you're the best one to go in, because, like, you don't need to breathe in water.
I don't want to be dedicated to a god of trickery.
18?
18. Wonderful.
I don't think it would be a good idea for me to be dedicated to a god of trickery. I'm already a bit fucked.
Funny and joke, because you deafen yourself.
My favorite thing!
Pesto.
I just
As
made
you
something
are,
happen real bad.
as you are submerged, Pesto, as you are submerged into the water, you are hit with a sense of calm, as though all of your worries are washed away. With that 18, you are overwhelmed by this sense of calm, and let your body sink deeper into the waters.
Mm-hmm.
You put up no struggle. You do not re-emerge from there. What is your constitution modifier?
14.
That's not your modifier.
Oh, +2.
+2. You can hold your breath for 3 minutes,
Okay.
which will become obviously permanent.
Oh, well, if this is a charm or frighten, I am immune.
No, this is
Cool.
not. The two of you, as you're nattering away, hear a as Pesto goes straight into the water. You potentially wait a second with a bit of confusion and notice that Pesto not coming out of that water anymore.
Look.
Could we all please roll an initiative?
I really think it's going to be a bad idea for me to be tied to the god of trickery.
I got 12.
14.
3. I got a natural 1.
Niffy, Ozzy, Pesto? Niffy, you can react first, as you wish.
Am I still just in this hallway then?
You hadn't moved yourself, so I've just put you in the center of the room.
I would have thought I was stood right behind Ozzy, seeing as we were having a conversation about Ozzy going in after.
I'll allow you to be there. Yes.
So, if I do speak with animals, would I be able to speak with spinach, or would one, do they not count as that, and two, do I have to see them?
They're not an animal, and you would have. Well, so speak with animals is like a general thing. So you could speak, and an animal would be able to
Damn
hear
it.
and understand you. Your crew are not animals. As much as you might act like them, you are not animals.
Well, no, I was thinking more with them being a raccoon. Would that count?
I'm a Mapak.
What?
Mapak.
What's one of them?
What pesto is?
The thing that Rowan has repeatedly described pesto as.
I have no fucking clue what to do. In all honesty.
Okay, you don't have to do anything.
Joe, what do you think I should do if I should do anything?
Have you got a big stick?
I don't believe I do.
Quarterstaff? Have you got rope?
Not written down in this inventory. Inventory.
I'm going to have to push for something or nothing.
Nothing then. Because I have no
Okay.
fucking clue what to do.
That's fine. Ozzy.
I'm going to take out my rope that I have.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm going to go, oh shit, pesto, like, if you want to grab this, I'm just going to chuck it into the goo holding one end.
Okay. It floats on the surface of the water because it is rope.
God damn it. Right, I'll reel it back in. I'll get a quarterstaff and I'll
As you touch the sodden end of the water, as you reel it in, could you make a strength saving throw?
It's only an 11.
You skipped past it, right? Because you went straight into submersion. Only an 11. You feel an oddly strong force yank you towards the water as you fall over the edge and fall into the water.
Ozzy!
This is just because I'm holding a wet rope, yes.
Because you touched the waters that were on the rope, yes.
Right.
So you just, from Niffy, from your perspective, they pull in the water, they pull in the rope and...
How fucking clumsy can you be?
Could you please, as you land in the water, give me a wisdom saving throw?
Potentially, just bear with 1 second.
Okie dokie.
Do I have a thing for this? No, I think I was thinking I had something similar to an effect that means that I can't be moved against my will. But I think that is several things bleeding together of an item that I was looking at, with the thing being introduced to Marvel Rivals today.
Okay. Could you make a wisdom saving?
Wisdom save. Oh, I have not rolled very well today, so that will fail. That's only like an 8.
Okie dokie. Purdy, could you please deafen yourself, since Rowan's already heard this?
Oh, fuck off.
As you splash into the waters, though it was forceful, you are hit with a sense of calm, as though all of your worries have been washed away. And with the roll that you just did, you are overwhelmed by the sense of calm, and let your body sink deeper into the waters. You feel calm, you feel easy, you don't feel panicked. This is fine. Now, I obviously have a thing for how long someone can hold their breath. It doesn't make any difference for you.
No, I don't breathe.
Because you don't need to breathe. So therefore, you just sink to the bottom and just, oh, isn't this lovely?
Is it just dark?
Yes.
No. Do I bump into a pesto sinking at the bottom?
You've gone a slightly different place from where you were standing, but you don't care to try and feel around as it currently stands.
Oh, okay.
And again, next time we get to reroll, but we'll get to that.
Wow, was it that bad that Joe had to walk away?
Yeah, well, Ozzy's dead, so.
Well, yeah, Ozzy's always been dead.
I had to change my underwear because I saw myself in fear.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Right. Pesto, could you please make... this is at the end of your turn, but obviously you don't do anything before that. Another wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't pass this check. 10.
You can Flash of Genius a saving throw, can't you?
I can.
But we don't have a genius for them to flash.
It wouldn't matter if I did that one, though. I'm not going to.
Fine. Nothing changes.
Unless the DC changes.
For the 10, nothing changes. Niffy. They're now both fallen in the water.
Well, fuck. I'm gonna go up to the edge, and can I peer in?
You can. Could you give me a perception? This won't be your action.
I hate not knowing where everything is. 22.
Good enough. Staring into the reflective pool, you can't help but get a sense of unease as your reflection stares back at you. It's as you look closer that you realize that the water has a delay in the movements of your reflection. The delay is almost negligible, only noticeable when you make more rapid movements, but it's there nonetheless. Even worse, you notice something much more disturbing. You see your reflection blink. At first, that doesn't feel strange, before you realize that you should not be able to see your reflection blink, as you would be blinking at the same time. After a few seconds of staring at your own reflection, you are startled as it moves of its own accord, reaching behind itself and pulling a key from seemingly nowhere. It holds the key out towards the center of the pool and drops it. You are once again surprised as the water reacts with a plop, splashing and leaving ripples as though something truly was just dropped into the water. And then the reflection returns to the same pose that you hold, and the delay and out-of-sync blinking stop.
Okay.
Pesto, you feel something hit your forehead, but you just don't care.
If that's the case, I'm going to start coming back this way.
Back which way? I can't see until you let go. Right, you've gone back to the center of the original room, yes?
Yeah.
Leave him to drown.
I am going to dash to here.
Okay.
Can I see through that doorway, or has it got a stone in the way?
So, you've gone into the corridor ahead
Yep.
from the starting room. Both of those doorways have doors in them.
Can I move the door, even though I've got no movement left?
You wouldn't have any... You would actually, to be fair, you wouldn't have had enough movement to get to that position that you're standing in. Oh, no, you're dashing. Of course you're
I'm
dashing.
dashing.
So you've gone 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Exactly. As you poke the door that you're standing next to, it seems openable.
But can I do it with no movement? That's what I'm asking. Or do I have to wait till the next turn?
You can open the door. It's just an object interaction, but
Cool.
you cannot...
Yeah, that's fine. I'll open the door and see if I can see anything through the doorway.
As you open up the door, you see it's another long corridor, about 45, 50 feet long, which at the end obviously turns to the right. You can even just about see there's another doorway up at the other end, just on the right-hand side, or should I say to the eastern side. But of course, that's all you can see. Big long corridor.
Half elves have dark vision.
Cool. It doesn't matter anyway, because it's 60 feet. So, yes, that's what you see up there. You have used your action to dash. You have a bonus action if you wish.
I don't think I've got any other bonus actions, unfortunately.
Ozzy, could you please make another wisdom saving throw?
Not good. 13.
You're rolling badly. Nothing changes. Pesto, could you make another wisdom saving throw?
9.
Nothing changes. And for you, that's fine. Nivy.
I guess I'm gonna dash to this corner and bound once I see the rest of it.
Yes, so you run 30 feet, dash to get a little further, to the end of the corridor that you are standing. And you'd see to there with, let me just reveal that,
I've got 35 feet
of dark vision.
movement, just so you're aware.
That's fine. So, your dark vision opens up and reveals to you more corridor with plenty of doors. One to the north, one slightly further to the east and to the north, and one even further to the east and to the north. It's just more corridor.
I'll get to this door and open it.
Okie dokie. You open the first door. You're going to love this. It's a corridor.
Cool.
25 feet long before it gets to another door.
I've got enough movement to get to the other door, so I'll do that and open that door.
Okay. Second door along. The door opens. Again, none of these have been locked so far. And it reveals a very mouldy looking room. It is a state of disrepair and decay. It is obviously accommodation, once intended to house some members of the temple, but the walls are cracked and worn, with heavy vines and moss creeping up the stone, making it feel as though the very rooms are being reclaimed by nature. There is more to be written here, but since you are rushing around, I will not read the rest of it for now.
That's all I can do other than a bonus action, which I can't do because I haven't done. I haven't summoned.
You're just having an explore around. Meanwhile...
She's not having an explore, she's running around trying to find this
I
fucking
know.
key.
I know. The key... No.
Yeah, she doesn't know that. She
So-
doesn't know that Spinach has felt something.
I know. But anyway, Ozzy, you make a Constitution saving throw.
You said a Constitution saving throw.
Nope. I obviously meant Wisdom saving throw because that's what it was before.
Okay. I failed. I got another one.
Oh my god, are you okay?
You're rolling so badly. Nothing changes. Pesto.
4.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Cam brought me more toast with his handmade bread. It's very nice.
Oh, that's amazing. But I'm just loving that your dice have just decided that y'all can do nothing. Okay, Niffy.
I will investigate this room.
Okay, you investigate the room. You step inside.
13. No, 11. I can't math.
The air is damp and stale. Mold and decay is thick. The floor uneven and covered in thick patches of moss, with the faint remnants of once woven mats barely discernible beneath the overgrowth. The beds are little more than frames of rotting wood, the bedding long gone and replaced by a bed of damp leaves and moss. The desks are splintered, the surfaces barely visible beneath layers of dirt, and torn scrolls and pieces of parchment lie scattered about, half buried under the decaying foliage. The ceilings are partially collapsed in places, with chunks of stone scattered across the floors, some covered in growing fungi. Faint traces of arcane runes are visible on the walls, but hard to discern through the layers of overgrowth. And you got an 11 on the investigation, so that's all you discern.
It's the investigation and action.
Yes.
Fuck it, I knew you were going to say that. I'm going to get to there then.
You're going to go around outside along the corridor. Ozzy, could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Come on, guys, sort yourself out. I'm on the hunt for something.
I got an 18 that time.
An 18! Wonderful.
Hey.
As you focus on this sense of calm, you realize it is in fact an illusion trying to take over your mind, and snap out of this effect, realizing that if you stay in this pool, as you might have wanted to do, well, a normal person would drown. I guess you would just be unhelpful.
Honestly, considers for a moment, because as a way to go, or to spend potentially an eternity, it's not bad.
No. Unfortunately, you've broken out of the illusion in it, and that
Yeah.
makes you resistant to it, so...
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. But he'll think, no, I've got shipmates I have a duty to protect.
Did you say ship or shit?
It's up to your own interpretation, I suppose. So I will have a swim around, because I have a 40-foot swim speed, and attempt to locate Pesto.
Wonderful. It does not take you, in fact, you don't have to move barely at all before you sort of stretch your arms out and, oh, there's a wet furry lump to the side of you.
Cool.
Pesto, you just feel something touching your face. You don't really care that much.
I'll just chuck him out the water then.
Fine. Pesto, you get launched out of the water. And since you're still damp and covered, you're just like, oh, yeah, this is fine. I can breathe now, but I don't really care either way. I'm just going to lie on the floor not doing much. Are you following out of the water?
I have no reason not to at the moment. Oh god, I think Niffy fucking went and jumped in that hole because she's not here anymore. How you doing there, buddy? Oh.
You're not like unconscious and unable to think. You're just really calm. Just happy.
Which is probably a good time to tell you that Niffy's almost certainly dead.
I feel like Niffy normally does.
So
Yeah, Niffy's the one missing out. How ironic is that?
if that's your way of remembering her and, you know, paying tribute, then that's okay. But we should maybe get you outside of this temple.
It's like I ate like 5 of her cookies.
Is this just wishful thinking on Ozzy's point?
Fine. Let's get you out of this temple,
Hey.
mate. I'm not sure what this is doing to you.
Hey.
No, my name's
I
Ozzy.
think
We've known each other
some-
for a few months now.
Something hit my face down there.
Yeah, sorry. I think that was me. I think I might have
No.
grabbed you by the face.
No, it was before that. You know, it was fine. That was fine, actually. It was nice being... Whoosh. But
Right. Was it like something slippery or like a fin? Is there perhaps some kind of fish or eel that might live in that water, do you think?
it felt hard and small.
Oh. Disappointing.
Metallic, even.
Metallic.
I couldn't see it, obviously, but
Would you like me to go and get it?
it could have been valuable. It may have been treasure.
Would you like me to go get it for you?
Yeah. I'm just gonna sleep
Right.
here while you do that.
Okay, would you like go in that like main corridor bit? Just because I don't want you to like roll back into this pool.
No, I'm not moving.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick you up there, buddy. Place you down,
Okay.
like right here.
Uh-huh.
And if you see a monster coming down either the stairs or out of any of those corridors and stuff, just like to start screaming for me, okay?
I'm sure it'll be fine, even if they do.
Okay. Could I hear your best scream, please? Just so I know what to be listening out for. Could I maybe ask for like a little bit more vigor? Like, so much better, Pesto. That's really top notch stuff. Right, stay there, and if I hear that, then I'll try and come back for you before you get eaten.
Cool.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
As vague
Enjoy.
as non-specific as it's all been, I say with all the movement, carrying, throwing, and sorting, that's probably the end of your actions and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just then start moving back to the pool.
Yeah. Pesto. As you're dragged out of the room, feeling calm, that sense of calmness just starts to fade as you realize, well, that wasn't a very calm situation. In fact, that was quite a panic-worthy situation. In fact, why were you calm in the first place? That seems like a ridiculous thing to be, as your mind returns to yourself.
What the fuck? What was that pool? What's in that fucking water?
Echoing down the hallways, Niffy, you just hear that. Are you doing anything, or just gonna catch your breath?
Oh, I get my term? Term?
Yeah,
Turn?
yeah, because that was, you were moved out of the room.
No, I'll just sit here.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Just
I'll
like,
check my toys.
fuck. Yeah, they're fine.
Do I pull them out of the bag? He's just limp and wet. Wake up, man!
Niffy. You hear echoing down the corridor the high-pitched scream voice of Pesta.
Right, I will dash to there.
You get to the end of that corridor, but unfortunately cannot see Pesta yet. So just as it
Can I
echoes
shout
through.
to Pesto?
Speaking as a reaction.
Pesto, are you okay?
I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know either.
Why did you run away?
To find a key.
That doesn't seem important when I'm drowning.
But it's what I saw.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Ozzy,
I guess I'll get back in the pool and look for this short metallic thing.
you just get into the water, sink down. It's about 20 feet. Hit the bottom. You are blinded by the fact that it's just pitch black water.
Blinded by the light?
By the lack thereof. And if you're standing in this initial square, it doesn't take you long. Round by your feet, you just feel like a something, like a metal something that is evidently, as you pick it up, a key.
Cool. Okay, out of the water.
Yeah. You got 40 feet of movement there anyway, so you go back up, climb out, and in your hand, you are holding a plain bronze metal key with no special markings on.
Hey, Pesto, is this it? You're not screaming, so I hope you're okay.
Throw it at my face, I'll tell you if that's what hit me. No, let's get it! Yeah, that was it!
That's
Yeah.
it? Great.
Yep,
Right,
that's the
let's get
one.
out of this dungeon then. This horrible tomb.
That's not treasure, that's one piece of... That's like the thing that leads to the treasure.
Oh, but you said before that it was treasure that hit you in the face, so I got this.
It felt like it could be, but a key is a thing that leads to treasure.
You're out of initiative, so if you can come around the corner.
Oh, awesome.
What
Yeah.
the hell was in that water?
Where the fuck did you find that?
It was in the water.
Oh, it was like in the water and stuff.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It hit my face like it was dropped into it.
I love that I gave you the description that your reflection dropped a key, the water splooshed, and you went, the key's got to be in a different room.
Yeah. Sprints away.
So, Purdy knew that it meant the key was in the pool.
Mhm.
But Niffy was like, oh, I've got to go find the key to drop in the pool.
Weaponized anti-meta. I love
It
it.
is weaponized anti-meta. It's like, no
Pitfall.
matter what, I'm not going to do the thing that makes the most sense. I'm going to think of any
No,
alternative
honestly,
and
playing
follow
as your
that.
character would. Playing as your character would is beautiful, and I applaud it. It's just hilarious that it's just like, run! Okay.
I'm just imagining her staring into the pool for like 30 seconds and then being like,
She
run
doesn't
back.
know really how to brain at the moment. She's not been sober in fucking years at this point.
So yes, you stand there. A couple of you dripping.
Or not, because if we were, then we'd still be affected.
Apparently not. Still dripping wet.
Right the fuck. Okay, so do we want to check out the hole next?
I mean, I've ran round a good chunk of it. There's another hallway, there's a room. I didn't get to the other doorway, and then I didn't get to the end. And I didn't go to the other doorway either.
You did actually go further down that hallway, so I will say I'll reveal to you just, I don't know how much extra, just a little bit extra, maybe about to there, that there was even more doors on that northern wall, and and a door on the southern wall as well. It's just a corridor full of doors.
So there's like loads of doors, another corridor. I haven't got to the door at the end of this corridor. So do we want to split up?
Based on what just happened, I don't think splitting up is a great idea.
No, I just love that that's just the first thing to think of.
But like,
I'm going to say we maybe just ignore the hole, though, seeing as the other thing made us jump into it, and I don't particularly fancy jumping into a big hole.
Well, based on the...
but like, it's going to take us forever to look through everything together. Why don't we just... Do we not have a way to communicate with each other?
No.
Talk stones and all that jazz?
I don't know if we get reception in this underground temple bit.
I'll pull out my talk stone to have a look at it.
It's Talkstone.
I will attempt to call Pesto.
You got no bars.
It's just bad at rapping. But the Talkstone appears to communicate with another Talkstone.
Does Pesto pick up though?
I hang up.
Yeah, no, it don't work.
Okay, but so like the hole, I don't think we're gonna be going down the hole. Something may crawl out of the hole.
What hole are you guys on about?
I mean, that almost sounds worse.
Room number 7.
You know, the room with the hole, we were stood next to each other as Pesto was like, there's a room here, it's got a hole, and it doesn't make any noise.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, you were shouting into it.
I was just shouting.
Everyone was shouting, you just decided to join in.
Purdy, did you tell us? Did you tell us that you found the old currency?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
I prefer not to go near the hole that we might fall in or something might crawl out of.
Do you not like holes?
It sounds...
Aren't you curious though?
Well, it just seems like, you know, better left alone.
But aren't you curious?
Jesus, that must have been a lonely life.
I mean, like... No, not really. If those are the two options, curiosity satisfied, I guess.
Hmm.
Well, I think we should carry on looking through the corridors.
I think that's fine.
All right, but if we get to a point and there's nothing more we can do, checking out the hole.
Sure, fine. Yeah. Maybe let me, like, attach a rope to you before you go in, though.
We'll see.
I mean, if you're really desperate to get in there, I could just, like, chuck you in. If that'd be more helpful, but I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job as, you know, the protector of the ship's crew.
Whilst having this conversation, I'm wandering off.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the captain might give me, like, a really stern talking to, and that would just make me feel uncomfortable to have disappointed him.
That's if the captain ever comes back.
Can I open this door, please?
Whilst they're conversing, you walk down the corridor which leads west from that starting room. The door is openable. Do you wish to open it?
I do.
Okay. A vast stone chamber, 25 feet wide and 45 feet long, arranged like an ancient museum dedicated to forgotten knowledge. Rows of stone tablets stand in neat, almost reverent formations around the edges of the room, each carved with intricate inscriptions. The walls bear cracked murals depicting long-lost prophecies and elaborate rituals, their meanings partially obscured by time and decay, but despite its age, the room is in remarkably good condition. Silent, undisturbed, as if waiting for someone to decipher its secrets. The air is unnaturally still, carrying no trace of dust or moisture. A faint glow emanates from carefully placed enchanted sconces, casting soft light over the engravings. Some murals depict strange celestial alignments, masked figures performing cryptic rites and visions of swirling, shifting landscapes. Others show devotees kneeling before a shadowy figure, offering objects and sacrifices. At the far end of the room, a large stone pedestal holds a broken slate, its missing fragments scattered across the floor. Beside it, a sealed alcove is built into the wall. Its contents are hidden behind a stone panel adorned with unfamiliar script. You can see that in here, there's a room to the south, a room to the north, and a room. There is a door to the south, a door to the north, and a door to the west.
Yep, Niffy's just gonna go in and disturb the air.
Wait, there's a thing on the ground that's off kilter. You're stepping on it.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
You're talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone.
That was an accident.
That was a number 9.
Oh!
I'm
I'm just saying, the hole looks kind of inviting.
I'm gonna go up to here and investigate whatever this is. 19.
Right. So you're investigating the large stone pedestal. So, you can see there is a faint indent around the edge of the pedestal, almost as though the edges of a jigsaw that would hold the pieces of this broken slate.
Sorry, jigsaw that holds. Wow, what is wrong with my brain?
I'm also having trouble, figuring out what the last paragraph means.
That big grey thing that Niffy is standing in front of.
Uh-huh.
A large stone pedestal.
Yes.
Imagine that it is just a flat stone surface, around the edge of which there is a border.
Okay.
Sitting atop it are some pieces of a broken slate, the rest of which appear to be scattered across the floor, as though pieces of a jigsaw puzzle.
Right, I get it now. Niffy will look around the room and try and find the pieces.
What's the thing that says, beside it, a sealed alcove? Where...
I assume that this is the sealed alcove over here, no? This door on the left.
The sealed alcove is not the door, it is to the side of the door.
Its contents hidden behind a stone panel or... So the whole stone tablets that are silent and undisturbed, as if waiting for someone to decipher its secrets. Can I try to decipher its secrets?
Okay.
I want to do the thing that it wants me to do.
I gotta stop putting descriptive flair into any of these things.
Can I investigate them to try to figure out what they're telling us?
The murals.
Yes. Is that an investigation of history? Something or other?
I'll allow you to choose. I mean, anything that seems reasonable. History, investigation.
I'll
perception.
investigate because I'm better at it.
Sure.
That's a 21. The dice likes 14s today, unless I'm drowning.
Yes. The walls bear cracked murals depicting long-lost prophecies and elaborate rituals. As it says, the meanings are partially obscured by time and decay. None of it appears to have any singular meaning. They are different positions and such around, as though randomized sections of history.
It's sex positions.
Of course, if that's how you interpret it. As it says, yes, celestial alignments, mass figures performing cryptic rites. None of them mean anything to you. It just seems to be non-specific, pretty carvings.
Pretty carvings.
Is Niffy doing the puzzle, the jigsaw puzzle?
She's gonna try.
Give me an investigation.
May I assist?
Give an investigation with advantage.
With advantage.
You have assistance.
Dirty 20.
Wonderful. You fairly easily find all of the broken pieces around. It seems as though it wasn't like somebody tried to hide the pieces, just as though someone swiped them off the table, and fit them fairly easily together, which just, as with a lot of other things, has faintly on it the symbol of Armishan. It also has an inscription In a similar script to the one you found up above in the storeroom from the library, you assume in Perwelven. You're welcome to do a history check if you wish to try and read it.
Is it worth it?
That's cool.
Am I going to waste a natural 20 with
Natural
someone telling
20.
someone else to eat their butt?
No, Purdy's going to do the natural 20 this time.
Okay.
You are getting some level of clarity as your brain returns back to what has been a long missed state of normality. And, oh, Perwelven, obviously. Yeah, I know some of it.
It's not myth
The
at
script
all.
reads, "If you have me, then I hold power. Yet if you share me, I am lost. I am heavy, yet can be carried forever. Offer me freely, and the way shall open."
They want money.
Secrets, obviously.
It's money.
It's secret. Let me tell it a secret.
I'm going to dump like 20 gold onto the table.
You do so.
It wasn't gold.
Can I have that, or is it just
No.
like for the tape? Okay.
No.
I will whisper a secret onto it.
Okay. What secret?
What do you say, Niffy? What?
I'm actually 44, not 38.
You whisper, and nothing happens.
What the fuck? Really?
You didn't hear anything.
I was just saying that'll be quiet.
I didn't know you were 38.
It'll be whispered to a point that you couldn't hear it, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, rude. You have to offer it freely, not secretively.
It's a secret, so I've got to offer it secretly.
It says free, offer freely. And it has to be something, a secret that lies heavy on you.
Well, I've got no secrets other than that.
I don't either. I'm an open book.
I mean, same.
I don't believe you at all.
Are you totally sure that it is secrets? Because, like,
No.
if you have a secret, then the secret does not, like, hold power.
Money does.
It depends if it's your secret or not.
If you share a secret, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's lost.
It means that it's not a secret anymore, which would mean that you're losing the secretness
I
of it.
mean, not necessarily. Like, if the captain told me something that he didn't want you two to know, that would still be a secret.
Has he?
No, I don't think so.
I still think it's money.
So I don't know that it is. I don't know that it is a secret.
Well, what else would it be? It obviously wasn't gold.
I don't know. I don't have an alternative. I'm just saying that this might not not be it.
I wonder if they used a different currency back then.
Possibly, yeah.
The face that the podcast will not see the face that Purdy just made, which is like a, oh damn.
No, but he has known about the coins.
No, it's just so funny.
Oh, the Niffy's face of going,
Oh.
plant.
What's something that you lose if you share it? Like,
Money!
that is true. So
Niffy would just like slyly slide one of those coins out of a pocket and put it on the top.
There's a click.
What was that?
I don't know.
there's like a coin on there that wasn't there before.
The fuck is
Which
that?
was in your pocket, where I saw you take it from.
You did not see me take it from there.
I have quite a high passive perception. Everyone seems to forget that.
And you didn't say you were doing it secretively, so.
I did.
Then if you want to do that, then yeah, do a stealth to see if it does cross that passive perception.
Am I any good at stealth? What one's stealth? Oh, that's an 18.
That is one higher than you needed.
Yeah, so I didn't see. And I know that's higher than best is.
Oh, there's a coin there that wasn't there before. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be working either, though. Wherever it came from.
Well, have we tried it since?
I'll pick it up and put it back down.
Well, I guess our adventure ends here.
Right, back to the ship. Let's see if the captain's there.
Yeah, you guys head off and I'll meet you there in a minute.
That seems wildly suspicious.
That is the most suspicious thing. Are you being an asshole, Neffy?
I'm never an asshole, and sometimes I just need some time to myself.
She's lying when we know that she's, like, that's just not true. Like, often an asshole.
If you need time and privacy to use the bathroom, Niffy, I'd really recommend that you don't use the hole.
Yeah, there's pictures of hands crawling out of that hole.
Oh. Right, goes that idea then.
Oh, so I guess we'll all go back together.
Oh, there's more rooms to check out.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think we should.
Right, what room then?
Why don't you go to the north one?
Why don't you?
Why do you keep trying to get rid of us? That's
I'm thinking you go to the north one, I'll go to the west one.
it's quite hurtful to our feelings.
I'm gonna go sit on the table. I'm not going anywhere.
You sit on the table. It's not particularly comfortable.
I'll go to the west door and open it. Can I pick up, as I walk on, can I pick up my other coin, please?
Sure.
Ah.
As you try to open the door, it seems stuck, as though some kind of mechanics are holding it shut. There is no door handle, there is no keyhole. It just doesn't appear to open.
Well, this door won't open. Why don't you go check the west one?
That is the west one.
The north one.
This is the navigator speaking.
The worst thing is, I don't know my left and right, let alone my north, south, west, east. I don't even say that in the right fucking order. And I play the navigator.
Are you trying? Is anyone trying any of the other doors?
Oh, I'm sitting on the table.
I'm trying to puzzle out why Niffy's being so suspicious.
She's not.
Yes, she is.
Being wildly sus.
She's always wildly sus, and yet you guys aren't sus
No.
by it.
No, you're normally like see-through levels of sus, like transparency.
Pesto, was Niffy around when you like how long did it take for Niffy to appear after you got out of the pool?
I
As long as it took me to run around the fucking corridor.
About 6 to 10 seconds.
I honestly don't even know how long I was underwater for. That whatever effect had on me, it was like I wasn't there.
Neither do I. Do you think that this is Niffy? And I'm gonna brace to block the door in case she goes for a runner. I don't know that is Niffy. She keeps trying to split us up after we'd already said that was a bad idea.
Mm.
So, fun fact, this is Niffy, not on my herbs. Just so you know.
I'm gonna perceive Niffy really hard
Do so.
to see if she's a real Niffy.
Like, that'd be a pretty good trick for a temple devoted to trickery to make us think that someone was one of our people.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
22.
You're staring so hard at Niffy. I mean, by all regards, this is still Niffy.
That you know of.
I think she's still Niffy. Which means she has a very Niffy reason.
You see a figure with Purdy's outline controlling her with puppet strings.
Yeah, I see through the fourth wall. No, but if she really is Niffy, then she has a very Niffy reason for being so Niffy.
Iffy Niffy.
Can you say my name any more times?
Niffy, 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 Niffy.
Well, it's kind of become a noun, an adjective, and a verb.
Yeah.
Because you're being really weird.
Being very Niffy.
I am being me.
Yeah, you're being really weird.
I am just being myself.
Like, why are you being so Niffy about it?
Because, fun fact, I'm Niffy.
You're being very Niffy right now, though, Niffy.
What else am I supposed to be?
Like, you could tell us why you're trying to split us up?
I'm not.
Yeah, but you were, though.
But I'm not, though. I'm just saying, why don't you check out that door?
No, before that.
Why are you holding that lollipop like a cigarette?
Because I just took it out of my mouth and it just... habit.
You smoke?
Not anymore.
Never before.
I quit 6 years ago.
We're responsible people who have impressions on children.
Are we?
Yeah, and I'm responsible for quitting and putting my health first.
If you're a child who listens to our podcast, stop.
You're already fucked.
Yeah.
Go watch Bluey or something. This isn't meant for you.
Blue is actually really good to watch.
Do not watch Paw Patrol though. ACAB.
Oh.
And if you don't know what ACAB means, then you're definitely too young to be here.
Google it.
And too young to be watching Paw Patrol.
Right. What is everybody doing other than arguing?
I'm going to take a nice little nap on this tablet.
Oh, okay. Bear with me. You fall asleep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, but so why are you being so weird about this, Niffy?
I'm not.
Yeah, but you are though.
But I'm not though.
Yeah, but you are though.
But I'm not though.
You're being really weird about this.
I'm not though.
You're being so weird about this that you've actually sent Pesto to sleep.
I think Petro's just finding me boring.
No, like, that's normal. This is about you being really weird.
What, so I'm normally boring?
Yeah, a little bit, but that's okay.
Do you know how rude that is? Calling me boring?
I have my tail under my head. It's really cute. It's really fucking cute.
Oh, it's just a little bit. Like, people can't be interesting all the time, but I see that you're still trying to change the subject to why you were trying to split up the group. And I'm just going to come back around to that.
Just change subject even more. I can feel that I'm picking up your accent.
I mean, that's bound to happen. We're spending quite a lot of time together, but that still doesn't explain why you're trying to split up the group.
I'm not trying to split up the group.
Yeah, but you were, though.
But I weren't, though.
I mean, Iffy, I don't need to eat or sleep, really. I can do this forever. So, at some point...
You don't know how good I am at arguing. I can do this forever.
No, but, like, you are going to age and then die, whereas I'm not.
I mean, that's dark.
I'd really prefer that we settled this before that happened.
I am not being suspicious.
Like, it's a matter of safety for the crew.
I know.
And trust and stuff, and I'm finding it quite hard to trust you at the moment.
You're finding it hard to trust me at the moment.
Yeah, you all been really weird about it.
You have spent 3 months trusting me high off my fucking tits. And you're finding it hard to trust me whilst I'm sober?
I mean, I'll be honest, that kind of is playing a little part of it, because I didn't realise that you had no sober breaks. It's quite a disturbing thing to learn about you.
How could you not realise?
Well, I assumed that you like sleep and wake up and stuff.
I sleep, I wake and bake, and go on with my day.
I'm quite surprised that you're still alive, but that still doesn't say why you were trying to split up the team.
I just thought it was quicker.
Which I saw that you were trying to steer us away from that, so I'm just poking us back to it.
I thought it was quicker for us to split our resources ever so slightly, seeing as Captain's fucked off God knows where, and in reality we should go find out where the fuck he's gone, but we are also looking around here. So I thought, to save some fucking time, you go to one door, I'll go to another, and then each go through another.
Insight check.
What do I need to do against that?
Either.
Deception, because you're lying.
You know,
I mean,
that train of thought is not lying, so...
well, yes. But in answer to the question, why were you trying to split up the party? Not to go. The answer is you either do a deception or a persuasion, depending on whether or not it's a lie.
Well, I've been trying to split up the party since we got down here, so...
Yes, based on everything that you were saying and doing, you were lying.
Well, either way, it's the same one, it's 10.
I got a 9. However, that means I failed an ability check, which means I get to add tactical mind, and I get to add a d10. Which takes me to 11.
Yeah, I mean, you discern that though she may be telling the truth that she thinks it would be faster to split the party, the initial everyone leave and I stay here was not to do with that.
Yeah. I say that. Like, I'm just asking for a bit of honesty.
Fine. She pulls out. She kind of pushes spinach over a bit. Pulls out all the coins out of her pocket and put them on top of the stone bit.
About 22 coins.
22.
Ancient coins land on the surface.
Oh, was that it?
Those rocks.
No, they're ancient coins.
And you were hiding them because...
I don't want to share them. They're so pretty.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Was that it, Niffy? Like, fucking egg. That's disappointing. Well, it could have at least been some gems or something.
Fucking hell! 1 minute I'm boring, next minute I'm disappointing.
Yeah, that is. They're just old coins. Like,
No wonder I'm fucking high all the time around you guys.
come on.
I just don't want to share them.
You could have just said, "Oh, I found these old coins, and I'd like to keep them, and I'll give up a share of something else instead."
Oh no! I'm sorry, but everything we find, we should split between us all.
Right.
I just didn't want to split these because I wanted to make some art out of it.
Yeah, but you could have been like, I really like these, so I'll take these instead of that diamond that we found.
What diamond?
It's just an example. We haven't found a diamond here.
Wait, have you found a diamond and you've not been telling me?
No, the only diamonds I have are the ones that we all bought together, and you gave me so that I could, bring you back from the dead.
I don't believe you.
I mean, you were there, but you don't have to believe me, I suppose.
Was I though?
Yes, you were.
Or are you making this up?
No, we all
Are
went.
you trying to fuck with my brain because I don't fully remember what happened?
No, we were all there. Pesto was there.
Was I though?
Captain was there. You were there. I was there.
I don't believe you.
That's your choice. It's wrong, but you can choose to be wrong.
I don't know if Ozzy can lie.
I suppose I'm capable of it. It's just
I don't know. What's 2 plus 2?
2 plus 2 of what? Because it kind of depends.
Oh, that's fish.
No, fish don't lie.
you put 'em-
No.
If you put them back to back, then the twos look like a fish.
Oh my god, I've never thought of that. But why? But fish don't have loopy bits.
Eh?
Fish don't have loopy bits.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you draw the two.
Did.
Oh, numerically 2 plus 2, well, that'd be 4. So I thought we were talking practically. Like if you had 2 crates full of, bags of wheat, then you might have more than 4 things.
So I don't think what does this riddle mean?
I don't know. I put the coins on. That's not worked either.
I mean, have you tried the door since you did that?
Try the door.
Still not opening.
Still not opening.
Oh, well, I appreciate your honesty, even though I had to drag it out with you kicking and screaming.
She scoops all the coins back up.
You do so?
Now somebody go check the other doors.
Being very niffy about it.
Check the northern door.
Of course. The door to the north opens up 2. It is open, and it opens up 2. A long rectangular chamber, 25 feet wide and 45 feet long. Once a grand vault of sacred relics devoted to Al-Mishan. The walls are carved with intricate reliefs of the god's many pranks, tricks, and deceptions, though much of the detail is obscured by the thick carpet of luminescent fungi spreading across every surface. The air is humid, carrying the damp, almost sweet scent of decay and spores. Many pedestals and display stands stand empty, their treasures seemingly lost or stolen long ago. But 4 artifacts remain, each resting atop its own stone plinth, barely visible beneath the curling tendrils of glowing fungus. The fungi pulse faintly, as if responding to movement, and almost seem aware. Tendrils twitch as you open the door, and some even shift position as you stare at them. There is one door in this room, as you can see, on the western wall.
Guys, there's tentacles in here.
Oh, sick. What kind?
I don't really want to go in there. They're all just kind of like reaching out at me. It's like really uncomfortable.
Why don't you send one of your toys?
I don't want them to take my toys either.
Well, we can always get it back, probably.
Okay. Go get them, Lem. Can I send Lem to go try to take one of the artifacts?
Okay. You're going to ask which ones have artifacts on them, aren't you?
That would be...
Presumably you can see those black dots. Those are the ones that have
Yes.
stuff still on them.
Lem climbs up.
As Lem starts climbing, the fungi that is on, covering this plinth releases a spore cloud. Now,
They are tiny constructs.
yeah,
They cannot be charmed, exhausted, or poisoned.
they can't be poisoned. Can they take poison damage? I'm going to say no. But there's still a...
Damage immunity poisoned.
yeah, but poisoned and poison are different things.
Yeah.
'cause D&D's
The
dumb.
damage it has a damage immunity to poison and a condition immunity.
I'm still going to say it doesn't affect them, but there is a. They are, however, not strong enough to do anything about all of this covering the artifact.
Oh, they can't damage it.
It doesn't appear so.
What the fuck?
I'm going to recast Ritually Detect Magic.
Sure. Obviously, that'll take some time.
Okay.
Is there anything else in the room, Pesto, that they might be able to look at or do?
There's a door and then 4 other pedestals like this.
Or maybe just try the door then.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, maybe try climbing on a pedestal that doesn't have one on.
Aren't they all? They're... Yeah.
The door, as is pushed on, does not open. It seems locked in some way.
The door is locked.
Similar to the other one, it has no door handles, keyholes, any visible hinges.
Does Lynn have any secrets that they could maybe draw out in the dust?
No.
Why do we need secrets? We've already worked out that doesn't work.
I was just making it like a humorous witticism.
You and humour, really?
Yeah, I've got, I'm very humorous. Hold up my bones.
Okay.
I don't know what Rowan's doing.
Thinking extra hard.
Yes.
I can hear the gears turning.
Well, I don't want to just go in there because there's nothing else Lem can do and then just get poisoned and take damage. Because I don't know if it's these things can't take damage and messing with them will just cause harm, or if Lem is not allowed to damage this.
I mean, a room with stuff that seems like you could move it around, but you get damage when you do, but you can't do anything, seems to me a room that would be present in a temple to a god of trickery. Like I would say that's pretty funny, but is a trick.
Why don't we try the south door?
It could not be.
You certainly can.
We could always explore every room in its available form and then narrow down on the rooms that we think might have more to them. Would either of you care to weigh in on that as an idea?
I gave an idea.
Yes, it's the south door.
You
Right.
can look at the south door as well.
Cool. I'll go to the south door then.
No, we're splitting up. No!
We're in the same room still.
You open up the southmost door. A long rectangular chamber, 25 feet wide and 45 feet long, lined with rows of silent stone guardians, 12 in total. The statues are humanoid, standing motionless with weapons in hand. Some hold swords, other halberds, and a few clutch shields. Their faces are featureless, smooth stone where expression should be, and despite their age, they show no signs of wear, as if untouched by time. The air in this room is still, unaffected by the movement of the door or yourself. And that says as you walk in, so I won't read that bit.
I guess I'll walk in then, so you can read that bit.
If you wish to.
What's the thing on the right-hand side, Alex?
Not really notable until you walk in, unless you want to specifically do a perception from where you're standing.
Well, I would just more in general terms of like, is it a column? Is it a hole?
A flat surface.
A raised flat surface, like a plinth.
Yes.
Cool.
As you walk inside, you can't help but notice that your footsteps echo no longer as they did before. On the left-hand side of the room as you walked in, because this is as you walked in, I will change the description. On the eastern side of the room, as you walk in, a raised podium of blackened stone sits in the center of an intricate carved circle. Atop the podium, a pile of fine white ash rests where a flame evidently once burned. The paintings surrounding the pedestal depict robed figures bowing in reverence, hands extending towards a glowing brazier. Some of the statues also have their hands subtly raised as if awaiting the return of fire. You can see 2 doors in this room, one on the western wall and the other opposite to the door that you walked in, although slightly further to the west.
You mentioned paintings, Alex, and statues. So just to be clear, the only statues that have their hands towards the brazier are in the paintings, not any of the statues that you mentioned previously were holding swords, halberds, and shields.
Correct.
What a brazier.
It's like a big metal dish that has fire in it.
Okay. Does it have fire in it currently, or
No. It has ash. White ash.
The statues, Alex, I can see that you have 3 different sets of statue icons.
Yes.
Do those mirror the ones that are holding the various different ones?
In the paintings?
No, in the room. So, for example, the 4 on the bottom, are they all holding shields? And then the outer 2 on each side of the top row, are they all holding halberds? And the rest are holding swords, for example?
Yes, let's see. 4 of them would be holding... Let me open this properly.
It was basically just, are they
fine.
different tokens just for a bit of variety? Or do the different tokens denote that they are different?
They are holding different things. 4 of them would be holding shields. Those are the bigger grey ones on the northern part.
Yeah.
4 of them, the other grey ones, the not lighter ones, so there's 2 in the middle and 2 on that northern one, are holding swords, and the 4 on the southern wall, those lighter ones, are not holding any weapons.
I am going to walk up next to, in between these 2. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
Cool.
So did you say that some of them were holding halberds, or have I pulled that from nowhere?
No, I just say someone.
Because you've just said sword, shields, and nothing.
I did say halberds originally, but it's just ignore that and take it as sword, shields, and nothing.
Okay.
The first bit was generic, and unfortunately, the unspecific nature of it meant that it's inaccurate.
I'm going to go down and see if this door opens. In the south.
The south of room 11. It does. Now, is it making you more or less concerned that all of the doors, or most of the doors, just appear to open?
Confused.
I still feel ambivalent about it.
It opens up to a very short corridor, just 5 foot long, to another door.
I'll go for it.
Sure.
And try that door.
You fall through the pit trap.
This long, narrow chamber stands in a near pristine condition, untouched by time and decay. The polished stone floor reflects the dim glow of ever-burning torches, casting long shadows across the walls, where racks of weapons stand and armor hooks hint at a place that once held a grander purpose. Unlike most armories, this one appears to be more ceremonial than practical. Rows of decorative alcoves display rusted blades, dulled spears, and shields emblazoned with the sigil of Armishan. Their edges worn smooth as if they were never meant for true battle. And at the end of the room is a desk and a book that was evidently used to check out the weaponry, like some kind of a library. Technically, you wouldn't be able to see that from this far away, but you get that detail anyway. There are 8 alcoves in total on that south wall, containing the following weaponry: a longsword, a bow, a shield, a hand axe, a warhammer, a wand, pauldrons, and a boomerang.
Ooh, boomerang.
At the far end of the room, a grand metal plaque is affixed to the wall, bearing an inscription in elegant looping script. Below it stands a pedestal carved with intricate spiraling designs, and at its center, resting beneath a glass dome, is a plain black metal key. In front of this pedestal is a platform around 4 feet wide and only 1 foot deep, made of clean, marble-like stone. The inscription, of course, at this point, you cannot read.
Okay.
I'm going to shout through to the guys, see if they want to join me.
Oh, what was that? I couldn't quite hear you.
Sorry, what?
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 Pesto, can you tell what they're saying?
Can I have Lem check out the other pedestals just to make sure that there's not like an obvious difference?
Yeah, I'll allow you to make him do either nature or investigation of your choice. They will reveal different things, but just as they're looking around.
They're not good at that. It's not gonna. Yeah, literally 1.
You can't do any damage to any of them, can't seem to move any of them, but every time you disturb any of the fungi or vines or anything, they land another one of these puff of spores.
Yeah. It's one of those have to take damage to figure stuff out things. Alright. Leaving the room alone.
Fair enough. In which case, as you discover information on this lower room and escape the spores of that northern treasury of sorts, we'll end up the session. Having discovered something, you got a key.
Not much.
No,
Yeah, we've got a key and not found out what we need it for yet.
that is true.
Did anyone vote down the key?
Or figured out like what's happening in any of these rooms.
If you have written down the key, that's great. I have also noted that you have acquired it. No, you haven't discovered the specific nature of all of these rooms, but as all the doors are open, you of course can go wandering through them all and work out any more specific things later on.
Yeah, I think there might be something to going through, opening every door that we can that doesn't seem imminently dangerous, and then working through things in order of easiest to work out to hardest.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Magic Myths and Mayhem. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studio and Nicolas Judy and Ovani for the use of their music in this episode. And a big thanks to you for listening. If you want to hear more behind the scenes content, alongside extra art and lore, please consider joining our Patreon by searching Magic Myths and Mayhem on patreon.com, or watch our extra content and games on twitch.com. For now, thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. I'll see you then. Well, you all enjoy your nights.
What if we choose not to, eh? Fuck you.